We welcome back here on the Clash on Air Cup. Vince G and Kaisaya will be with you here on this exciting main event that we have here right now. So, XDG, they are gonna be returning here on our main event, and they're gonna be facing another team that proceeds towards the next round. And I believe that is going to be another Filipino team, which is AXG.
Cool. This is gonna be super exciting. We've seen how XDG play a while ago, and it was so intense. Another Malaysian team. There's just quite a little bit of advantage in here, for the side of AXG because they were able to review for sure what type of play XDG has from the game a while ago. But that doesn't matter. It's all about execution and skill. Doesn't matter onto if whether you know how your opponent goes onto a fight. It's now about a test of skills in this game.
Test of skills, test of patience, because, well, I can include patience because we've seen long games. We've seen how the teams become patient as the game progresses. So for XDG, yes, they did become patient on their second game because unfortunately for their second game, they lost, and then they just bounced back in game number 3. So is that the same thing gonna happen here? Because they are facing a different team this time around in the form of AXG as we head over to the draft.
Yes, here we go with the draft. A while ago, we've seen, actually, on the first series, we've seen a lot of roamers being banned out by Malaysian teams. And we see it again in here with XDG banning out the Zhangfei right off the bat. I wonder if there's going to be a successive bans on the Daciao as well as the Dolia. We've seen how they can win games from a while ago. But for the meantime, they do know that they also have to respect Demon Lovers, a lane.
Well, for Demon Lover, Elaine is his best pick, so that guy is going to be removed for now. Dashao as well. They knew the potential of the Dashao. He can be, or she can be, respected. So you don't want that. You don't want Dashao to ruin your gameplay, and that is why you need to remove. So for them, there's still a lot of options available. Might as well remove the Lamb, because if not, it's gonna be their first pick. Ayano Koji will just get his hands on the Lamb, it seems. But Dolia is still present. A lot of heroes there, and now seems like it's an insta-lock for Ayano Koji's Lamb.
That was very quick, right?
Yeah.
When the Sunbin has been banned. Okay, Lamb secure. Here we go. Seems like for the side of a team XDG in here, they would want to take advantage of the sustain, the mobility, the flank and gank potential of the Lamb. But meantime, it is no wonder that Dolia is actually also a good pick in here as the support of Team AXG, most especially if we see him here being partnered by the Kaiser, almost unlimited skills in here that we would be able to see. But Princess Force is also good for a secure in here for the side of Team XGD.
Either a swap of heroes, because they're not gonna be showing their marksman yet. So Demon Lover is gonna go way ahead, picking a Sensei. So Sensei, actually, we've seen Demon Lover utilize this hero. So for them, utilizing the set sail pretty much did make an impact. But let's see if this is going to make an impact with this kind of draft that they have here. Crowd controls after crowd control. So if that is the case, then I'm gonna be expecting a comeback from Hou-Yi.
Yeah, they have to be very careful in here when Senta actually go for that surprise ganks. They have to be very aware of the map whenever the set sail has been popped. Shangguan on the middle lane, really good assassination plays we might expect here coming from AXG, but they need to give the room or the power spike early on for the Shangguan to make it effective from the mid too late. Now, usually we would see the locks on bans rather on the farm laners in here, removing the choices like that of the DRNG because of the cleanse potential. They don't want that, but they could have secured it for themselves, to be honest, because we can see in here lots of CC coming from the side of XDG. But for them, maybe there will be a better option for them, maybe some late game champs. Arlie is still open. I would love to see an Arlie, to be honest, Vinci G.
Indeed. Arlie can go dash in. It's either it's either this them picking the Arlie or letting AXG picks the Arlie. So XDG they can still go for the Arlie, or if not, ban it out, go for the Hoyi. Hoyi was quite effective. We've seen this lineup way before. They went for Fang, that gives room for Arlie. And now for the red side for the AXG, if they want Arlie, then they might lock it in.
That's true. And Arlie is available indeed. I mean, if they lock in the Arlie in here for the side of AXE, that is going to be a super mobile hero pool in here for the side of AXE. We're talking about Shangguan being mobile, even the Kaiser mobile too. I mean, everyone has a dash skill, which we're talking about. I do hope they do secure an Arlie in here. That's going to be tough to actually lock in, because if that is so...
Okay.
Aww, oh no, I'm so sad that we don't see an Arlie in here. Instead, they opted for a Hoyi.
Okay. I mean,
I wasn't so pleased about that, to be honest.
They
Oh,
secured it
no.
Arlie in the process. You get the
But
Holy, okay.
but that's for the side of XDG. I was hoping that AXG will
AXG.
secure Dar. Yeah.
Okay, probably they're thinking that okay, they're gonna go with that lineup again. Yushan, Hoyi, crowd controls. Okay, we steal the Hoyi, and they open up the Arlie just for that. So Wolves can use this Arlie effectively, and that's what I want to see. But this leaves room for the Clash Lane Byron to be up and play.
Yeah. Still being decided if they're gonna be locking it in, but then again, late game potential I'm seeing in here of the upper advantage on the side of Team XDG. Mainly because of the Arlie. But of course, if early game time we're talking about, if they give that to the Hoyi, I mean we're talking about range and lots of TPS as well. And the Shangguan, if that goes online, that can be, a good momentum coming from AXG. But yeah, late game, I'm more siding though on the side of AXG in here. I mean XDG in here because of the Arlie.
Yeah, the Arlie here, they need a lot of time for him to be online, but we can see how effective the Arlie was. And if they manage to utilize the crowd control that they have, they can win that early game. They can use the set sail, they can use Winter's here just to control their opponents, and the death from below coming in from Lamb. They can like easily slice and dice and reposition their opponents the way that they want to. So the first game, ladies and gentlemen, of this main event that we have, Team XDG and Team AXG is gonna go at it. So let's see who will take the first advantage, who will take the match point on this first best of three, or the final best of three series that we're gonna be having for tonight.
That's true. This is the second round of the tournament. We're featuring this match between XDG and AXG. Let's see who's gonna get that win. I'm more excited again to see how they're gonna play off the early series of game, because that will set the tune of the game as to how it will flow. But yeah, lane matchup, we can talk about how Arlie as well as but hold the thought, because up top there goes the first blood right off the bat against AXG's Byron.
I mean, Mikey Kun was caught off by surprise, but we can see the mid here. They're trying to poke up against each other. Jare and Owol here is not going to survive that punishment. We can see the Shangguan work. He was forced to use that frenzy. And right now, he's going to utilize the healing dew just to not go back into the base. That means he can still get experience from clearing that minion waves. And now we go in for the bot lane as they are now trying to pop a party.
That's so true. I mean, this is a good position also from both of the teams. They can match it up, but it seems like SDG don't want to just go aggressively. Seems like they're waiting for the numbers advantage, as we say in here, and most especially the potential coming from Owol to actually go for a gank in here, just like what they are planning in the mid. But Shangguan just notices that and just back away.
Wow, AXG applying so much pressure here in the farm lane, forcing Wolves to play defensively, hide under the protection of their towers. But for the Clash lane, we can see Demon Lover being patient. He's just waiting for Mikey Kun to appear outside the map, but it seems like he's gonna be sandwiched. We can see Raya chasing him down. He was forced to ride a boat just to escape that engagement.
Yes, definitely wise decision to, don't double think. Don't think twice if it will save your life, right? I mean, yes, indeed he got a kill a while ago up against the Byron, but we're talking about 2v1 in case because the Kaiser was there too, Raya, but meantime down bot looks like something is happening.
And now we can see that Liushan here wants to give it a go. He wants to crowd control AXG here, forcing them to go back a little bit because they're overextending too much. It gives Zappy the confidence into tearing down the bottom tower, but he was well protected by OnAir. But XDG, they're not letting that happen. They're gonna go for that engage, and now with a Robo Smash comes into hand, and he took it for a spin as he's gonna try to punish down OnAir, but he has heals on hand, forcing XDG to survive.
The position of the Liushan as well as the Princess Frost, but hold a thought because a fight has just happened again.
Again and again, even Arlie chasing down two players. He went in for the double, and the Wolves here, he's very, very hungry, it seems. He wants to give it a go for a kill, and now he has the freedom. But wait a minute, we can see the ult coming in from the Ho Yi connecting, disengaging Ayano Koji. He was forced to go back a little bit, but impressive ultimate, impressive Burning Sun arrow just to stop that fight. But we can see the ship crashing through the wall, but AXG is now gonna go back.
I love how Wolves make use of his Autumn Storm in there just to push away the members of AXG from dealing more damage. But then again, overall, the XDG is winning this one because I would say that Owol as well as Liushan is actually doing a good job in getting that vision game up against AXG. But either way, it's just a 1k gold lead. I do believe that there's still some hope from XDG from trying to lead the back, but seems like will there be a tussle in here, chase? But no, just pokes here and there. That's what the Arlie can do. Just poke in and then just back away, go back to your umbrella.
I love it. I love how Arlie is utilizing his mobility here and there. He's just trying to at least engage towards AXG, goes back, and now Burning Sun Arrow towards Liu Shan. And this is the go time for the AXG. They want him dead. And now we can see the Liu Shan took it for a spin, and we can see the boat finding a specific target. It seems like for AXG, okay, we are gonna go in for the Tyrant. Dolia secures it, and this is for Demon Lover to go back. But we can see AXG going at it again. Byron securing the Arlie. Sunse is gonna get the Byron, and now two players being frozen by Owol, and the fight isn't stopping yet. That from below is gonna get some kills, and he goes for a double, but Hoyi is gonna get for a double as well. Make that a triple kill because he goes for the lamb, and that is an unfortunate turn of event for the XDG as Zappy goes for a hit galore.
There seemed to be a miscommunication coming from XDG in here. Seems like the Lamb wanted to go for the objective, but the rest of the members of XDG wanted to go for a team fight. So I would say, I think if not for the split decision coming from XDG, those deaths and kills on their side could have been prevented. But meantime, Burning Sun Aura will connect. Will this force out a team fight? I think they're just gonna go for a defensive play. But yeah, I mean, XDG had a really bad team decision in there, wherein I think they just had some miscommunication on what they really wanted to do, punishing Wolves and the rest of the members of XDG to die in the process, especially onto the hands of Zappy. Meantime,
Wolves!
Oh no,
he was caught. Unfortunately, XDG is gonna have this bottom lane baked for quite some time now. But just look at Zappy's insane amount of attack speed. All he has to do is to hit multiple targets of XDG. But wait a minute, I've seen a boat crash towards the mid lane. It connects towards the Shangwan. Burning Sun Arrow will be dodged, but it's not gonna hit anyone. But we can see Raya taking that objective very, very well for Mikey-kun. All he has to do is to hit his huge weapon. Another Burning Sun Arrow will be used because of the Dahlia, but it's not gonna hit anyone again. And now XDG, they are being punished. They are being chased. AXG is chasing for Demon Lover, and he's gonna be taken out by the tower instead.
I felt like Demon Slayer wanted to wait for his ultimate in there to pop them, but unfortunately not too long. But meantime, fight ongoing again in the middle lane.
Fights after fights, and now Owol here being targeted, but there is the protection coming in from Ayano Koji. Arlie dealing damage from behind, and they want more. AXG wants to fight back. They want to at least stop Lucian from attacking, harassing, making crowd controls, because once that Lucian commits overcharge and that Robo Smash, it's gonna be insane. Plus the spin that he does, it's gonna make everyone dizzy at this rate.
We saw how Julius trying to find where the Arlie was, but Arlie was safe. He was in a bush, just able to back away. And yeah, I mean, for XDG in here to make a comeback, they definitely need to wait for the Arlie to go online. Because what has happened a while ago is that giving the triple kill onto Zappy, allowing him to get more itemization and dealing more damage over time. But for the meantime, there you go. I think the Burning Sun Arlie did not connect, but now XDG would want to go for a comeback by going
there you
for
go.
a push. But meantime, right?
Another Burning Sun arrow did connect thanks to OnAir's reset. And right now, Wolves is not gonna use his umbrella anymore. And now we can see Overcharge being committed. No Robo Smash as of yet. And now this will force Raya to at least change target because Ayano Koji is gonna take down Jare. So for that, I mean, getting Arlie is a satisfying moment for the AXG. But they managed to find a target in the form of Jare. XDG wants to get back into this game, applying so much pressure, defensive pressure towards the AXG side, which AXG is applying that offensive pressure. We can see the Lamb goes in. He was forced to use that ult, but we can see the Kai here. Raya got frozen, but he managed to at least move away. But this will give XDG the room to get the Tempest.
That's so true. That's so true. XDG just didn't manage to go for that clash into the middle lane because they had to wait for Wolves to go online. But meantime, another fight ongoing up top.
That secured the crowd control, but did not secure the kill because Demon Lover was forced to use set sail just to escape, and now he wants to go back. But seems like okay, my health is quite low. That is not going to be good. So might as well go home, go to the lane, clear it. But we can see Ayano Koji clearing up lanes left and right, slicing and dicing every minion that he sees. Goes in for the buff, but XTG seems like they have their priorities straight and goes for the tower instead.
That's true. And now we see the lead going in favor on XDG right now. And that so happened when we saw the Arlie getting that kill, as well as the Hui shot down too. And what more? They get more towers in here up top. A 2v1 situation. Seems like someone will fall down, and just like that.
I mean, the combination between Ayano Koji and Demon Lover made sure that they are going to get what they want to. And for Mikey-kun, even with that, but wait a minute, we can see Arlie goes for the Shangwan, but right now they are charging in as well. Death from below, space split being utilized here by Ayano Koji, and now he's on a rampage. We can see the boat being utilized as well, connects onto two, and they want more and more damage being dealt here. Now, there's no room for Dahlia but to stay in the pool of water, but that damage
Oh no, the bot! Look at the bot!
to stop it.
Look
But
at what Yushun is doing!
wait a minute, XDG! They are playing this so hard that they are
Tower
being
pushes.
proactive into the lanes.
Yeah, I mean, that solution we're talking about, just take advantage of your passive, just go for the push. They're busy in the clashes anyway, so why not take a high ground tower? And that's the power of the Lucian, and I think XDG is just capitalizing on that one so well to make their lead even further up against AXG. But I guess for AXG to, you know, make a comeback in here, they definitely need to give more protection onto Zappy. How can they do that, though? They need to focus on their eyes onto Order as well as Zappy in here for them to be able to get dish out a lot of damage. But meantime, seems like there will be no room for stealing in here for the side of AXG.
They will be getting the Shadow Overlord. No one is gonna contest that. AXG was forced to play defensively because they know how XDG sneaks into their base. They just opened the high ground tower at this rate, and they might be going towards the other high ground towers that's left in this game, and XDG now marching towards the mid lane. Also, they can still utilize the top lane and go straight
Towers
for the
again.
finish. Another good crowd control coming in from the Liushan after he clapped with a Robo Smash and goes in for that overcharge. And now we can see even the damage coming in from the Arlie is quite insane, but no time to focus on heroes. We need to focus on the crystal on hand. Even Lamb now on a
The
godlike.
base, come on!
The base is just exposed. Oh my goodness, XDG won that first game.
Oh my, oh my. I mean, Lucian, usually you would think that the Lucian would go for a protect on the farm laner, but the farm laner is an Arlie, and an Arlie alone can actually survive on its own. So, the Arlie doesn't need much protection, so you wouldn't expect the Lucian roaming together with the Arlie. And that is why the Lucian, maybe it slipped on the minds of Team AXG. The Lucian was able to sneak in onto the side lanes, just focusing on the pushes, while the rest of the members of AXG just going for the team fights, shutting down Zappy, which went online a while ago with a triple kill, even the Shangguan too, dishing a lot of damage. So I think that was a good play in terms of the utilities and capabilities of the hero, the skill kits of the heroes that they have in here for XDG.
For XDG, no doubt, they knew how to play their cards. And with the heroes that they have right now, even Owol here was forced to build a Splendor just to save himself from that harassment, consistent harassment coming in from AXG. But we cannot deny that AXG did had a pretty solid start. I even thought that Zappy, he was a monster when it comes to damage. He dealt a lot of damage. Look at that, 29%, 62.8 thousand damage coming in from Zappy alone. They're just letting this guy hit, but the MVP of this game is Ayano Koji, who has 914 KDA, and the damage that he does 67.7k. Ayano Koji is your man of the match.
That's true, that's true. I'm gonna give my second MVP onto the Liushan. I mean, real sneaky play a while ago. If we saw the match result, his teamfight presence is only 50%. And that is like second to the lowest. That meant that he basically focused on doing the job of just going for the split push, going for taking advantage of the passive. But yeah, I mean, Lamb as the MVP, Ayano Koji in here, he did a lot of good job in going for the flanks and going for the ganks. There was just like a not so good play in the early stages of the game, wherein there was split decision between the XGD team, wherein he wanted to go for the objective, but his teammates wanted to go for the fight, and I guess it woke themselves up. I mean, they have been waiting for the round 2 match, right? Because the series 2 was like too long. Maybe they were sleepy already, and that awakened them when AG almost got the win from game 1. But then again, this is a best of 3 match. Definitely for AXG fans, there is still hope for them, as we saw a while ago that they executed the game pretty well into the early stages.
Pretty well it seems, and I have high hopes for AXG to win this game number 2, because the way they control their objectives, the way they utilize every hero that they got, but unfortunately they got caught. And for XDG, they played their cards right, and I agree with you on the miscommunication that happened that cost them their early game. XDG was losing that early game, but come late game, okay, we're gonna find doors, we're gonna find possibilities. Where do we sneak, where do we attack and force a fight? That's their answer. Force a fight, go towards the other side of the lane, guide the minion waves on where they should go, and knock down towers, and opening the high ground tower. That gives AXG confusion. Should we def, should we fight, should we back? And this gives room for XDG to at least play at their full potential on that map or on that match.
Yes, that's so true. I mean, it's now on the... I think there is a need for Team AXG to come back on drafting their composition well. A while ago, we saw the opportunity for them to secure the Arlie, but maybe I don't know, maybe no one plays Arlie on them, or they're not pretty confident on playing the Arlie. But I guess now knowing XDG can play Arlie so well as well, I think this has to be respected, or just take it away from them. Because I mean, the first few series of picks that they have a while ago was already so well. We were just waiting for them to secure the Arlie for themselves. But then again, it so has happened. I guess Lucian was well utilized as well. We'll see if there's a change of heroes later on. Maybe it's time for AXG to show for from themselves on how to play Lucian too, or maybe utilize something different too. Maybe the type of milady too, who can just focus fire on tower pushes.
Well, I wanted to see Milady, to be honest. I wanted to see how they are gonna utilize Milady in mid lane, but of course, Milady, one of the unpopular picks in terms of like in the draft or in the tournament format, they prioritize mid who's really good at crowd controls, wave clearing. I mean, Milady is good at that, but you know, all Milady has to do is to focus on towers and go for the push. But might as well, you know, just just give us what we want already, guys. Just pick Milady. We wanted to see Milady in action on mid lane because his machine is becoming more and more annoying. And
Yeah.
I mean, personally, when I play mid up against a Milady, I mean, even with you one, I was really really pissed off at Milady because every time he summons the mechas that he have, it's gonna punish me way hard in the laning stage.
Definitely, especially when he gets to go online early on, so that's gonna be looking scary. But yeah, let's leave it up to the team for sure. They know what they're doing so well, and I think it's about getting to know each of the players in the teams. And what excites me actually is that how this series of tournaments coming from Clash on Air Cup is gonna happen in the process as we get to know. Who knows? There's gonna be a different format like point system. That information excites me at the same time. But yeah, everyone, this tournament is brought to you by Easy on Air. Again, this tournament has a prize pool of 600 Malaysian ringgit. If we convert that to Philippine peso, it is estimately around 7,200, and for US dollar, it's 127 if you're watching internationally. So yeah, everyone on the top four as well will get some diamonds and star stones, and everyone else from the top 5 to 16 will get to take home some experience.
And of course, do not forget to scan this QR code on the bottom of us here on our screen right now to join the Clash on Air community. So you don't want to miss out on some news, some happenings. You might even find some friends to play here in the Honor of Kings. And might as well form a team, form a 5-man party in ranked games, and then win, win, win. And not only that, might as well notice the announcement here of the upcoming season 2 if ever it's gonna be here in our community. So make sure to join our community. Don't miss out on any of the exciting community events, and make sure you get yourselves in the Discord server. So what are you waiting for? Scan this QR code now, QR code now, and join us here in our community.
Yes, that's true. And I think what I would love about this, or the teams could take advantage from joining the Discord server, is that you can find scrim mates, right? So, pretty much we are all around across the globe. You don't know where to find scrim mates. So I guess that's one place where you can go. But let's head on to our game 2. And again, this is AXG from the Philippines versus XDG from Malaysia. We are on a 1-point score lead in favor of the Malaysian team XDG already. Let's see how this drafting will go.
Well, for the lane, actually, popular ban all throughout the day. Removing a lane from the game. They don't want to give Demon Lover his hero. So for XD, okay, we're taking notes. We are watching the previous game. Since you're live, okay, we're taking notes here. For AXG, there's no problem. No lane for Demon Lover. You're gonna be forced to use other heroes other than this guy. There's Byron, there's Sunse, which he used earlier. So let's see on what he's gonna use. But ooh, they are removing all Princess Frost. Okay.
Well, Princess Frost was quite annoying in the creation of space, slowing down, dishing a lot of AoE damage, so understandable. But for the meantime, for the side of Team XDG in here, they would want to remove this powerful roamer picks, but that leaves Zhang Fei to be available. But Lam is in here this time on the side of AXG, which was the MVP a while ago on the side of XDG.
Okay, for Raya, he's gonna be confident. They got the first pick advantage, by the way. So why not? Why waste it? I'm gonna go for Lamb. No one's gonna stop me. But okay, you take Lamb. I'm gonna go for Nakoruru. So I've not. I mean, this is the
Oh.
time that I've seen Nakoruru again during the draft. So Nakoruru was popular, but you know, me casting Nakoruru, this is that time again. So I wanted to see Nakoruru in play again. For Demon Lover, okay, Mayin is gonna be my key hero for now.
Yeah, I mean, now we see Mayin. I mean, we did not see Mayin from Series 1 and Series 2, so I'm so excited to see how Team XDG will play out the Mayin. But for the meantime, I was actually hoping that maybe there's going to be an early secure in the Zhang Fei for the side of Team XGD, but they gave it away for AXG. Okay, their name is confused. Both has X in their team names, but yeah, let's get on to that. Loss of sustain already on the side of AXG with the Byron as well. So it's hard to say already, like in terms of okay who wins the draft. But all we can see so far, it seems like AXG wants to go for team fights. That is for sure.
Agree.
Meantime, seems like for the side of XDG, they want to go on the pick-offs. So definitely Nakoruru can go for the pick-offs, so as is Dimayin. Even the Dongwang can set up or initiate team fights by picking off one specific target using his ult. But yeah, here we go with the bans on the the roles that hasn't been picked yet. The farm laners as well as the mid laners.
Agree.
Haino and Garo.
I mean, both heroes or both teams doesn't have their farm laners yet. No marksman, Garo, the Renji being removed here. So mid lane being reduced to the pool from AXG side since they have no mid. And same with them actually. No mid laners yet. Mid and farm lane is still a question mark for both of these teams. And for AXG, might as well go for another marksman or probably go for U1 mid. Okay, we're gonna be removing U1 mid. And for this, I mean, they've seen U1 mid, and they knew the potential of U1 sustaining their teammates, and this is what I love about U1, and that ASG is clearly taking notes. For ASG, they're gonna be utilizing the doubles might. For Wolves, okay, I ran out of marksman. I'm gonna go for Fang.
All right, we were talking about great tower pushers in here. They used the Yushan already a while ago. They don't want to make use of the Milady, but they want to make use of the Fang. Fang is also another hero that can dish out a lot of damage onto towers and go for nice pushes. But there is an answer for them from the side of Team AXG in here. Not yet locked in, but the Maishiro we Consortio. So much for the late game in here, potential for the Consortio if they come into the late game. But the mobility of the Mayin is a good way to actually match up the mobility of the Mayin as well. Not both in the mid, but that is in terms of like the team fights.
Wow, I'm interesting. I'm interested between the Daji or the Xiao Kiao being hovered by Owol. But okay, Play Descent seems interesting because of the annoying crowd controls that she delivers. But I mean, Arlie did work out once, but she's like, okay, let's remove Arlie out of the question because we want to do something. When Wolves utilizing Fang, all they have to do that Harley doesn't have is one, enemy detection. So with Fang detecting every enemies, that means they're one step ahead when it comes to team fights. They knew they can detect some ambushes that AXG can set up, and for Owol securing Xiao Kiao or Stormy, I mean, one thing that's annoying about Xiao Kiao is that the high damage output. Crowd control wise, yes, he can launch the enemies up in the air, but the damage output for Xiao Kiao is way too devastating.
Yes, that's true. I mean, the Sao Chao picking here from the side of
Ciao, ciao.
XDG is a good decision. A while ago, they were deciding between the Lady Jen or this the Xiao Chao, but I guess the Xiao Chao, yes, indeed, is a better pick. Primarily because she can be more mobile compared to the Lady Jen. But here we go. This is game two between AXG from the Philippines versus XDG from Malaysia. AXG, their lineup definitely looking for team fights, and for the side of XDG, they are definitely looking for pickoffs as well as focus on tower pushes. And here we go. I'm Kaisaya, with me is VinZG. Let's get into the gorge.
Seems the same split for each and every one, but there's no early first blood just of yet. They're just giving everyone the freedom to at least fight. But wait a minute! Early first blood might happen right now, just like that. Consort Yu took the blow towards Wolves, and with that follow-up, Xiao Kiao threw a huge blossoming flan right towards Sang Fei's face. And that first blood on the bot lane was brought to you by Easy on Air. So, wow, action-packed. They're rallying in terms of kills.
Yes, that's so true. I mean, pokes here and there. We're talking about melee versus range heroes in here. Of course, the Dongwang has more advantage over, if we're talking about pokes, up against the Zhangfei, because the Zhangfei needs to front and get closer to his opponents. And one more, of course, the orbs around the Dongwang as well will definitely deal more damage against anyone who will come closer to him. So in terms of the laning stage, early phase, they have the advantage, but up top, we have something going on.
Okay, I thought that Raya will be going and charging, but for Mayin, I kind of love how they pick Mayin because of the health regeneration that she has. She can slack off, but you cannot slack off to this. We can see Ayano Koji now charging towards Raya. He's just charging way too hard towards Raya. But for Ayano Koji, it seems like it's time to go back because we don't want to overextend. And now we can see that Ayano Koji is gonna use the Mama Haha flight just to disengage.
That's definitely also the beauty of the Lamb. Early game time, Raya was able to sustain the damage, even though there's the chase coming from 2-3 members coming from XDG. He just has good sustain, even if it doesn't have a lot of itemization yet. But up top, we can see the Byron getting that advantage up against the Mayin, and that's normal. That's what we know up against on the early set. Definitely, the Mayin needs some itemization to dish out some damage. But I like what but hold the thought, because a fight might happen in here on the bot.
Actually, it is happening right now. Good commitment from Fang here. He managed to use the Blade Storm and wheel away just to secure that kill on towards Raya. Another charge from AXG. But for AXG now becoming more and more confident somehow, XDG is now trying to stop them. And now we can see Demon Lover eating that huge weapon coming in from Mikey-kun. I mean, Byron versus Demon Lovers Mayin, it's gotta hurt. But wait a minute, I'm seeing Ayano Koji with the Mama flight again, trying to steal this Azure Golden Bluff, and she succeeds.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, we're talking about the fight up top again. I mean, Mayin needs like an item or two to actually become more effective. I think he forgot about the shield that Miki-kun can actually do on the Byron. But I think the Mayin just needs to be a little bit more patient. Or maybe Ayano Koji can actually help out the Mayin to go online by doing some ganks, just like what is happening already up top.
Now we can see the pressure coming in from mid. Now Nakoruru securing a kill towards the Byron. Mikey-kun being taken out. And now we can see XDG applying so much pressure towards the mid just to rotate towards the top lane. Mama flight again. We've seen from Nakoruru's Ayano Koji just to take down the tower on top lane. But fights are happening left and right. You take the Tyrant, we're gonna smash you into bits. That forced them to utilize the unbridled outburst, but for Nakoruru, okay, we're gonna be taking the Overlord on the top.
Yes, that's an exchange of objective in there. A while ago, we saw the Fang. Wolves actually trying to go for a steal, but seems like a tussle ongoing on the bot right now. 3v2 situation.
Again, a suppress happened for second contract just to secure Consort Yu, but gets the double kill towards Sang Fei, and now he's running low, but he got his teammates up. Fang here will be getting the Lamb. Raya here will be taking the fall, but They're not done yet. XDG becoming more and more confident. Blaze Storm being utilized just to clear the minion waves near the tower. But for Jare to clear the wave, it's gonna be troublesome
Oh.
because he got cornered by 3 players coming in from XDG.
What a nice sandwich play coming from XDG in there. Really sneaky. Maybe he thought that it was actually Wolves was actually all alone going for the push, but they didn't know that Demon Slayer was actually also in there. But meantime, it made really nice push. And this is what we're talking about during the draft. For sure, XDG is just gonna go for pickoffs and also a focus on tower pushes, just like what they are doing right now. In terms of execution, I think XDG is doing it so well, but I think for AXG to make a comeback, they need to find a way to actually force some clash it. But oof, really nice kill, 1v1 kill against the Byron up top.
That is an insane play coming in from Nakoruru. Amube Yatoro just to deal the final blow towards the Byron, towards Mikey Kun again. And for XDG, yes, they're utilizing the pushes that they're making. They're creating so much space for them, not giving room for XG to come out of the map, but they still have a couple of towers left. They only take down, or XDG only took down 4 or 3 towers, and it seems like they wanted to go for more because the minion waves is marching towards the top lane. They can utilize a fight, and it seems like they wanted to go. Even orbs right now being headed towards their way. Blaze Storm just to keep AXG out of their towers, but it seems like a forced entry coming in from the Mai Shiranui. But the Forsaken contract will be holding him to place. We can see the Zhang Fei chasing down the Fang, and you don't want to upset the beast. He's gonna trample you down into the bits. Even with Xiao Xiao ultimate, even with the Meteor Storm, it's not gonna work because AXG is determined to win this game.
That is what we're looking for. Based on the composition of AXG, they have to force the team fights. They cannot, dance on the floor that XDG that wanted to do. Instead, they have to take the initiation because that's what your lineup is made of. I mean, you've got a Zhang Fei on your lineup. You also have a Byron on your lineup. So definitely, they have to repeat and rinse what they have done a while ago. But meantime, fight ongoing again.
Well, for Mayin, it's an easy kick to eliminate ZP. So for Demon Lover, he's utilizing whatever kits that he has here. I mean, Mayin has that good sets of combination of skills that he can utilize every situation that he's in right now, and it seems like XDG wants to go, even invading the jungle of AXG just to steal the Azure Golem. And if they caught wind of the situation, they might still go for the Crimson Golem, but it seems like that is not an option for the XDG. We need to take down towers. That is the objective.
That's true. They need to play it all together, AXG in here, if they want to make this win and come back. They've done it already a while ago. They just have to repeat it again. They have to be all together and not split out around like 2, 3 in separate lanes. I think they just have to find their perfect spot once more. But for the meantime, lead still onto the hands of XGD, just going for the pickoff that they need. The Consort needs to be very careful up against the Mayin, but okay, with the buff coming from the Tyrant, I think AXG needs to be very careful in choosing the fight while the buff is active from the Tyrant.
Well, they have to be careful in every fight that they're gonna be committing, but seems like AXG's really ready. I mean, one initiation coming in from OnAir here with the Unbridled Outburst. This can start something. But for the XDG, okay, we got what we want. We already took your tower, so might as well reset and force our way towards the mid. But this gives room for Ayano Koji to at least take the overall Overlord by himself.
Yes, it's true. There's going to be a total of 2 objectives within the time frame from the side of AXG. Then, I mean, it's no excuse from AXG to not even take that because they have all the room. And again, members of AXG are all separated. We want them to actually go for the fight. Ooh, Unbridled Burst has been used. Here we go.
And now we can see Mai Shiranui goes in unexpectedly. They wanted to charge in. We can see Rampage coming in from the Nakoruru side. He goes in for the double. He's just unleashing a lot of Amube Yatoro just to deal high amount of damage. And there you have it. The triple kill coming in from Ayano Koji. And he's not wasting any time. They go for the Quadra and they want to end this game. The minions slowly marching towards the base, but this cannot stop XDG from winning this game under 10 minutes.
That was a fast game too, and I did not expect our round 2 will actually end up on a 2-0 score in comparison to what we had from our round 1. But yeah, congratulations XDG. They're going to be moving forward to the semi-finals round tomorrow, and later on we will show you which the update of bracket later on. But yeah, going back to that fight, again, it is XDG capitalizing on their pick-off potential based on their lineup, because they got a Mayin that can actually kick and push some members from their opponent's side, as well as the Dongwang as well, who can, you know, just suppress anyone from the map, while the Fang just basically focusing on tower pushes. Unfortunately, AXG wasn't able to capitalize their clash potential. I mean, they did perform it once, we saw a while ago, when they managed to almost make a comeback, but that was quite late. And Zapi on the Consortium, we have to wait on the late game for this guy to go online as well. I did not see some, you know, really good initiatives coming from the Byron as well as the Mayin. Many times I've seen coming from the Zhang Fei. The last unbridled outburst, however, caught one member, but that's not enough. We needed the Zhang Fei to actually get like 2 or 3 members to potentially break the formation of Team XDG. But lesson learned either way. Congratulations to both of the teams. You both gained experience, but only one will move forward. XDG will move forward to the semi-finals.
For the MVP of this game, it is gonna be this bird riding Ayano Koji, having no deaths after all, 7 kills, 2 assists. The damage is quite high, just for under 10 minutes, 49.1k damage, and he managed to farm in 8,649 gold. Just look at the items. I mean, Ayano Koji, he focused on damage. That's why he went in for Siege Breaker, just to deal a high amount of damage. And with the combination of skills and damage, Ayano Koji is our MVP. Multiple awards for this guy, and who cannot stop Ayano Koji from dominating in the jungle. So for them reaching the semifinals, Kaisaya, I mean, we have to watch out for this team, because we've seen a lot already from XDG.
Yes, I mean, despite them showing their gameplay a while ago, still they managed to get a win. And, you know, pretty much maybe not enough time for Team AXG to study them in just one night. But then again, that's no excuse, because XDG, I mean, these are young players. I think they're below 18, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
We've seen them from previous tournaments, and they're all young, you know, they're really cute. I mean, if there's camera in here, you would love to see them too. And they're quite shy type, so they wouldn't show their faces as well. Like in team posters, you will see them as the characters of Honor of Kings, because they're just so shy. And I think there's huge potential. I mean, no bias in there, because I would also love to see who are they going to be matching up against on the semifinals later on. So yeah, again, this was just like season 1 of Touch and Air Cup, and tomorrow is gonna be our day 2 semi-finals matches. I'm so excited to see the bracket, to be honest. I mean, is this gonna be all Malaysian team or a mix of Philippine Malaysian teams? Do we still have an Indonesian team? I just want to see it.
Well, that is what we need to see. But for sure, we're going to be expecting XDG in the semifinals. But for AXG, they did so well, actually, for reaching in the quarterfinals matchup. But here are the updated brackets. So, we are now going to expect our first seed for tomorrow. It's going to be Extraction up against XDG. And, okay, HF from Malaysia. They're waiting. Who's going to win up against F1? Actually, we've seen that in our second series. And the Acer HG. Another Acer.
Acer Highness, yeah.
Another Acer that Fun is going to face for tonight.
Yes, this is going to be so exciting. And HF team from Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken, that's Have Fun. That's Have Fun team. And Extraction has been pretty active in a lot of tournaments. So, okay, this is looking like a mix of Philippine and Malaysian team, but there's still an ongoing match, which is Acer Highness and Fun. We have yet to find out later on. So make sure you follow our Facebook pages to know what is up on the results for the rest of the day. And we take a look at the schedule for tomorrow. It's we will see you guys tomorrow, same time on the same pages. But yeah, two semifinals round are you gonna see? And the grand finals as well, which is going to be a best of five. So, but for the battle for third, it's going to be played off stream,
Mhm.
and it's going to be played on a best of one format. So, yeah, this is so exciting, VZG.
This is gonna be so exciting because we are down to our final three teams, but we're gonna be waiting for Fun and Ace HG to at least see who is gonna
Yeah.
be the fourth player in our semifinal. So that is it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys had fun watching this intense series, and we're down towards our main event. So tomorrow, hopefully we'll see you guys there. But do not forget first, before we leave, do not forget to scan this QR code to join our Clash on Air community. So from there, find friends, find teammates, find screenmates, find everything you need here in the community, and probably you don't want to miss out on the announcement of the Clash on Air Cup Season 2.
Yes, that is so true. That is just the start. Once again, we are your casters for the evening. I'm Kaisaya. With me is VinZG. We were so happy to see these exciting matches just on day one, and we are even more excited for day two. But for the meantime, we'll be saying good night and see you guys again tomorrow. This is Clash on Air Cup Season 1.
Ciao!